This is an advanced compensation plan training, an advanced pay plan training. Let's go for it. First of all, we need to know how someone gets started in our company. We have made it incredibly simple and we want people to keep it simple. It's as simple as just go shopping, right? They just go shopping and then they decide, do they want even a bigger discount than wholesale? If they do, they just put it on Smart Chip. And by putting it on Smart Chip, any one product, doesn't matter which one, they get 10% off. Any two products, 20% off, and three or more is 30% off on the entire order. And they can have that month after month, year after year. Folks, I am here to tell you, I have been looking at our shopping cart. And since we launched this new Smart Chip program, we have more people than ever getting on Smart Chip and buying three or more products. So it is absolutely working. Then they just go in their free customer back office. They click the banner that says, I want to become a free associate. Okay. They want to help us spread the word. That's it. Go shopping, decide what discount you want, and then become a free associate. No gimmicks, no gotchas, just simple. Okay, now let's assume you're an associate and you're ready to start earning money. How do you get paid? It is awesome. First of all, on every member that you bring in on their first order. And what's a member? It's a customer or it's an associate that wants to buy products, right? That's a member. On all first orders, you get 50%. Now listen, people come in as members. Everybody starts as a customer. Then whenever they upgrade to an associate, you'll get paid 50% again on that next order. But when people reorder for life, you can get paid up to 50% on all orders for life, on all reorders. Here's how it works. If you have 1 to 2 personally sponsored members, you're at 5% on all reorders, on all of the commission volume. If you just get 3, you'll bump all the way up 4 times to 20%. And then if you hit 7, 30%. If you hit 14 personally enrolled, 40%. And then for especially those social influencers out there that their main thing is they just want to bring in members, right? They want to bring in customers. Guess what? 50% on all reorders for life. Folks, it not only never gets any simpler than this, this is one of the highest payouts I've ever seen in the industry for the work that you do. What am I saying? It's great for the masses and it's great for the leaders. All right, so that's the first 2 ways you get paid. Now, let's talk about how you rank up in our company. You rank up for success. To become an associate, all you do is try any product and get started. You don't have to sponsor anybody. And then if you want to become all the way up to a manager 7, it's as simple as just gathering members. Gather 1, you're a manager 1. Gather 2, manager 2, and so on, all the way up to gathering 7 members, you're a manager 7. This is where the magic begins. That's where you did all the work. You brought in 7 people that either want to be customers or associates, in other words, 7 members. But from this point forward, what if I was to tell you, you can make it all the way to the top of the compensation plan, have the top position in the company, and you never have to bring in another member? Folks, that can happen. If you start working with those 7 people and at least 2 of them start to build a lifetime of residual income, it can rank you up. If you want to become a 5K with our company, you need 5,000 in volume and no extra active directs. It's still just 7. Now we've got this rule here. It's the 60-40 rule. That just means that no more than 60% can come from any one leg, any one of those 7 people. But the other 40% can come from all of the rest of those 7 people. But let's imagine for a minute, you have 2 of those 7 people building their business because they want a lifetime of residual income. Just because you're helping them build their businesses, you can rank all the way to the top of the compensation plan without ever having to sponsor another member. Folks, I've never seen a company with a simpler plan than this. Imagine if you get in, bring in 7 members, 2 of them do what it takes to make their families financially blessed, and you rank up to the top of the company. That's exactly what could happen here. Now, of course, there's no limit to how many members you want to bring in. If you want to ensure success, you can just keep bringing members into the company. But I've never seen a plan with an easier way to get to the top than this. All right, let's talk about why you want to rank advance. First of all, when you hit manager 7, besides all the other pay you're going to get from the compensation plan, every other way you get paid, you're also going to get a $200 bonus on top of it. And that is paid immediately the next month. How about this? When you become a 5K, a $500 bonus paid the next month. 10K, a $1,000 bonus paid the next month. When you hit 25K, it's a $2,500 additional bonus. Folks, this is on top of the 200, 500, and 1,000. It's an additional 2,500. It's paid out $1,250 times 2 months. Now look at this. Become a 50K. Another $5,000 in pay for you, 1,250 times 4 months. And you can be getting, some people rank up all at the same time. We had an associate here make it over 25K in their first month. Guess what? You would get multiple bonuses all at the same time. Become 100K, a $10,000 bonus, 2,000 a month for 5 months. 200K, $20,000 bonus, 4,000 a month for 5 months. And then 500K. Folks, this is not a joke. This is for real. A $50,000 bonus paid at $5,000 a month for 10 months. When you add up all of these bonuses, that's a whopping $89,200 in bonuses that you can earn just for ranking up. Please, everybody, dream with me for just a minute. Could you imagine if you brought 7 members into the company and then 2 of those said, I want these rank bonuses, and they built their own teams for their sake, not for your sake. But while they're building, it's ranking you up automatically and you're getting paid these bonuses. Would you be excited? That's exactly what can happen here. All right, check this out. We have an infinity bonus. This is amazing. You become a 5K, it's 2% on your whole entire team's commission volume. And then if you become a 10K, you not only keep that 2%, but when you have people on your team achieve 5K, and guess what? As they're ranking up, you'll get a generation 2 bonus so that you also get paid at the same time. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail on this. I just want you to see how big this is. You become a 25K, you can now earn from generation 1, 2, and 3, 3%, 2%, or 1%, depending on what's happening on your team with your people ranking up. How about this? 50K, 4%, 2%, 1. 100K, 5%, 2%, 1. 200K. Folks, that's 6% of the entire commission volume on your whole entire team for infinity levels, plus a 2% generation 2 bonus and a 1% generation 3. Now, before I end this, 500K is a whopping 7%, one of the biggest ones I've ever seen in the industry. But think about this, with that generation 2 bonus at 2% and generation 3 bonus at 1%, you're not rooting for people to not win, you're rooting for them to win. You want your people to rank up, build volume. Everybody wins. If I was to sum up this whole bonus in one sentence, this is what it would be. This could be extra pay from an unlimited amount of orders on your team. Folks, this is a huge bonus. This bonus will create major wealth for people out there. Now, look at this. This is a biggie, everybody. This is our 20-level matrix bonus that's not like any other one in the industry. And I'll show you that in just a minute. First of all, if you just become an active member, that just means you buy something, any one product, you're qualified for 2 levels. First level's at 2%, the second level's at 3%. But then if you become a manager 1, you bring in 1 member, now you're qualified for level 3 also at 4%. Become a manager 2, pick up level 4 at 5%. And then look at this, become a manager 3, you pick up 3 more levels, everybody. And this is a big deal because levels 5, 6, and 7, they're at 6%, 7%, and 10%. This can be life-changing. Okay, I want to just take another minute and I want to show you what a big deal this is, because I know sometimes people look at this, and if you're not like a studier of compensation plans in our industry, you say, okay, Stu, I believe you. This sounds exciting, but I don't really get it. I want you to see an example of what could happen to you. So let's say you get in our company and you become just, folks, a manager 3. A manager 3. That means you just brought in 3 members. I'm not talking about bringing in 7, just 3. Look at what this could pay you. We have something here called the power of three. It's when people become manager threes. Here's how it works. If you get in the company and bring in your three, you are now a manager three. If you teach them to do the same thing, they don't have to bring in seven, they just bring in three. Now they would have three each on your second level. That would put nine. That's not even you doing the work. If those nine people want to become a manager three where they can earn big pay, which I'm about to show you, they would bring in three each. If those 27 want to become manager threes, the easiest qualification for the biggest payout I've ever seen in the industry. Sorry, I'm going to calm down and slow down, but this gets me so jacked up. If everybody just wants to become a manager three, the easiest qualification in the industry, your team could literally grow by threes, not because they're doing it for you, but because they're doing it for themselves. And if those people are all buying, you're going to get paid these percentages because you became a manager three. You're now qualified for all seven of these levels at these percents. Folks, check this out. Let's say they're all just buying one bag of energy drinks. Why? That's one a day. Do you know that most people that I'm talking to are drinking two a day? Some are drinking three, but let's say it's just one a day. If this is your team, they're all just buying one bag of Exhilarate a month. Your pay would be over $10,000 a month. Do you have any idea how nuts that is? And what do you have to do to be qualified for this? You need to be buying any one product a month or have 10 customers. Either way, both of those work. And think about this, everybody. Just think about this, okay? You had to have brought in three members, so you're a manager three here. Do you know how crazy that is in our industry to be qualified for this much pay with those simple qualifications? And guess what? This is just one of our amazing products. We have something for everyone. Do you know that the average person is buying more than two products, at least two now, right? So what could that pay do? It would be a lot more. Think about this, everybody. This is only from seven levels. This actually pays 20 levels deep. This is if just everybody became a manager three, right? That's why we call this the power of three. With that being said, this is one of the most powerful compensation plans for the masses I've ever seen in my 40 years of doing this. All right, so it doesn't just stop there, but it got me so excited about what somebody could do with just becoming a manager three that I had to take more time. Now I'll speed this up so you can see the rest of it. What if you bring in one more member, right? So you have four active members. Now you're a manager four. You're going to pick up two more levels. And then guess what? Become a manager five, two more levels. One more person makes you a manager six, two more levels. And if you become a manager seven for a total of seven people that you brought in, now you qualified for all 15 levels. I just showed you what just seven could pay you. Can you imagine what all 15 could pay? Now, it gets even crazier than that, everybody. As you start ranking up, remember what I said, bring in seven, become a manager seven, help at least two of them build their teams, and you'll automatically start ranking up here. Become a 5K, you'll pick up two more levels. Become a 10K, two more levels. Become a 25K, you'll be qualified for the whole entire thing. And guess what? This part of the compensation plan has what we call dynamic compression. You don't need to understand it. You just need to know this. What that means is when there's people that are not qualified for pay, instead of the company keeping it, it keeps chasing up line till it finds someone who's qualified to pay. So there's no breakage here, folks. The company gives all this money to the families out there. All right, with that being said, another reason why our compensation plan is great for the masses and exceptional for the leaders. All right, here we go. I'm going to wrap this up with really what I believe is one of the most exciting parts. The final part I want to share with you, it's called profit sharing positions. Folks, this helps you multiply your income like no other company can, and they're so unique, we were able to get them copyrighted. What is a profit sharing position? Well, the first one, when you get in our company by simply buying any one product, is that 20 level matrix that I just showed you, where the top seven levels, if they're all just buying one product, could earn you about 10,000 a month. That's what a profit sharing position is. If you could only have one of those, you could become wealthy here at Social X. But guess what? It's qualified for 20, it can be qualified for 20 levels of pay. You bring in your three people, and now you're qualified as a manager seven, right? But think about this. If you bring in a fourth person here, this is where the magic begins. Now, listen, This next part that I'm about to share with you, if you don't grasp it right away or understand it, don't worry. This happens automatically by computer, but this is the part that's so special and unique. We were able to get it copyrighted. This is the part that multiplies your pay. When you bring in a fourth member here, you're not only going to earn the 50% on what they buy, you're also going to get a U number two. Folks, that's another 20 level matrix, right? It's 20 more levels of pay. And the best part is you don't have to qualify it. Whatever your first one is qualified for, this one is qualified the same way. As a matter of fact, all the ones that you can earn for free are qualified the same way. So look at this. What if you brought in a fifth person? Remember how I said bring in seven members and you can go to the top of the company? Well, if you bring in a fifth one, you're going to get another U, another 20 levels of pay. Bring in a sixth one, another 20 levels of pay. Bring in a seventh one, another 20 levels of pay. But folks, even though you can earn the top position with the company and you never have to bring in more than seven members, let me show you why you might want to bring in more, five more, 10 more, 50 more, whatever you want. Because just like this eighth one would bring you another 20 levels of pay, every person you bring in from that point forward will earn you another 20 levels of pay. There is nothing like this on the planet anywhere else, and it's copyrighted because it's so unique. So, everybody, I want you to know not only is this copyrighted and not only are they free, but you can have as many of them as you want. So, because they're free, how many PSPs, profit sharing positions, do you want? I highly recommend you get a bunch of them.